Hi, Stephen here from Not Just Cables. Today I was just going to do a bit of a demo on XBMC booting over the network, PXE booting. This is to a thin client, so not this one here. This is actually an HP T5740. This is just an example of one which I have tried to use with XBMC or Openelec. It doesn't actually run that well. Openelec will start to load on these, but will not actually run. It's a little bit underpowered, wrong sort of processor type, that sort of thing. Not really the right hardware, but I have managed to get some other XBMC type installations working on this over the network. On my network booting, I've actually got quite a few different applications ready to run. This particular one over here is actually set up to boot off one specific type of Xbox Media Center, Openelec version. This one I can pretty much select, if I boot this over the network, I can select whatever I like to run on it and just try different things and see if they work, but haven't really had much luck with this. I mean, it's good as a thin client obviously, but not really for playing back media. I'll just fire this one up and then explain it as I'm going through. On the top here I've just got a wee stereo that I use for my audio, obviously. It's just hooked in. Let's put that to the side. So that's just hooked in via the front audio on this. Next to this here I've just got a USB dongle, which is just for the wii keyboard I use, so this is actually very handy. I still prefer to use the remote, which I showed you in my previous video, just on the iPhone, just XBMC remote, which I find very good. Also on this, basically on the back, there's just USB ports, a display port, VGA, which I'm using to connect to this sort of older LCD monitor TV, and obviously just your network port. Now also I do have a TV tuner plugged into this, which I can show you running. For some reason I've only had luck plugging that in the front, so if you are trying to get one of these running. By the way, this is an HP T5740. It's actually a fairly high spec thin client as far as thin clients go. It's probably in processor power it's equivalent to one of those sort of netbooks that they were selling, like the EPC or something like that from Asus. It's an N280 processor. It's got a gig of RAM. The processor itself is running at 1.66 gigahertz, so yeah, not too bad. The other thing with these, I did show you that I've got a TV tuner plugged in. The tuner itself runs okay for standard definition TV, not any good for HD. It'll actually work properly on HD if you put it's called an HD decoder card, a little mini PCI decoder card you can buy for these HP thin clients. You can get them on eBay and various other auction websites and so on. I think they're about $30 or $40 for the decoder. For my thing here, I mainly use this for movies, music and that sort of thing. A little bit of TV on it, but that's about it. So I haven't really bothered at this stage, but it's something you could do. If you are looking at setting up TV on these, it's a little bit finicky. There's a back end. I might do a tutorial on maybe setting that up later. There's basically a TV head back end that you have to install on this. You can either run it on this Xbox Media Center, or you could run it on another one and then stream the TV over the network. It doesn't really matter, but obviously that means you need two media centers running at the same time, or two Xbox MCs running at the same time, one with a TV, one as a client. So if you didn't want to do that, then yeah, just put the TV head, install it on the one. You basically install the software, log into it, configure it, and then load all your channels and everything on, and then go back and play the channels over display. So at this stage I'll just use this to show you it. So you've got your live TV, just go down to your TV channels, and just hit enter. Sometimes, like I said, this is a bit finicky, so sometimes it doesn't work the best, but if I just flick onto a channel, hopefully it'll work, which it is. And there you go. So hit enter again and there's your TV. So I can flick on the stereo, which I use for audio. And there you have it.
Last night I saw a woman,
I can go up and down the channels.
Get himself in and out of bed. One morning.
One thing I found with this is if you flick through the channels too much, it tends to freeze. It locks up, and then after you've done that you can't use the TV anymore. You've got to basically restart the system. So it is a bit finicky, like I said, for the TV side of it. But as far as the movies go, and music and that sort of thing, you can basically get back to that. We'll just go to say music or something.
Voodoo has never involved sticking pins into dolls.
So a religion does?
European witchcraft.
Oh, I thought it was the
If we play that.
Do you know a bunch of heretics?
Do you know what the dolls
Pushing
are
the
called?
wrong buttons.
They're made of wax, or they're made of ceramics, made of wood, straw, all kinds of things, but there's a word for them. Do you know, it's rather nice.
So I just play. So that's that. And if we go back, we can also play a movie. I'll just show you it playing that, and that's pretty much it. You can fast forward and everything is normal, just using your keyboard as you normally would. So you can see it goes through alright. That's pretty much it.